What's up everybody and welcome to the cave. I'm GrizzlyKaun and Invincible Season 4 Episode 7 was delivered and man, they did not disappoint. With Viltrum gone, can the Earth survive the wrath of the scorned ruler Thrag? Let's get into it. They just keep killing it. I can't believe we are already at the penultimate episode of Season 4. Again, we got some great combat this week. The might of the remaining Viltrumites was on full display this week, and Thrag did not hold back. There's honestly not a whole lot to break down. This was definitely a battle-heavy episode. So, let's go over it real quick. Basically, we get the disagreement between Thetis and Argol, which leads to Thetis assassinating him and becoming the betrayer. Under Thrag's rule, the Viltrumites are to cull the weak, or anyone that would be suspected of having pity on other races from the population, leaving only the strong to lead the Viltrumites into the future. The Coalition of Planets send their assembled group of warriors into a strike force style plan to take out Thrag and the current Viltrumites residing on the planet Viltrum. When they reach the planet, however, Thrag and his squad have been awaiting their arrival and are ready to put up one hell of a fight. Thrag knocks Nolan down to the planet and tries to convince him to rejoin their ranks and rejoin their mission to take over the galaxy. However, Nolan is dead set in his newly found heroism and rejects the offer. Upon his return to space, Thrag is approached by Oliver, who tries to land a punch on the villain, but Thrag easily catches it, crushes his hand, and rips his arm and lower jaw from his body, taking Oliver out of the fight. Thrag proves to be too much for any of the heroes, so Nolan forms the plan to punch right through the center of Viltrum with the aid of Invincible and Thetis, as well as a shot from Space Racer's Infinity Gun to pave the way. The three accomplish the plan and destroy what remains of the Viltrum homeworld. Thetis offers Thrag the chance to surrender, but Thrag chooses death, rips the head from Thetis' body, and proceeds to beat down Nolan and Mark, pulling off the classic Viltrum finisher move on Nolan and almost crushing Mark's head, eyes first.
My eyes! My eyes!
Thrag, however, decides to spare Mark, saying,
"We are too few already."
The Viltrumites fly off together and leave Mark and Nolan to float through space until they're eventually picked up by the Coalition, as well as Oliver are healed back on Telescria. Alan is now the temporary leader of the Coalition, assigned with one objective: to find the hiding Viltrumites. However, Mark knows exactly where the villains have gone to enact their revenge.
They've gone to Earth.
No post-credit scene this week, which surprised me at the time, but upon looking back at the comic and seeing what's next, there's really not a whole lot of room left to be giving away spoilers for the finale. So overall, I thought it was a pretty good episode. The fighting was pretty great, and it all, for the most part, happened beat for beat with the comics. Very minor changes, nothing even really worth mentioning. However, I can't say I loved the flashback sequence in the beginning. This was all new added material that was not in the comics. We do get the basically same backstory, just not in the form of this flashback. I just thought the Viltrum slaughter went on for a little long and maybe could have just been shortened up a little bit. I am very interested to see how they're going to handle this finale. We could be looking at some potentially huge fight scenes, but if you know the comics, you know what is actually coming, as opposed to what they think is happening on Earth until they arrive. Next week, we definitely should be getting a post-credit scene, and if they do it how I think they're gonna do it, it could be potentially pretty funny. Seeing a well-known character in a bit of a thicker form, if you will. If you enjoyed the video, please be sure to smash that like button and subscribe to the channel so you never miss future content. We'll be back next week with the finale of Season 4, and hopefully we get an idea of when we can expect Season 5. So until next time, I'm GrizzlyKaun, and remember, the cave is always open.